Or like you know, if it could even be like potentially a counterspell that doesn't counter the Kroxa, but does counter the Murktide. There's just like so many ins and outs there. We go Ragavan into Channel or Thoughtseize probably. Does 3 Kroxa feel like too many? No, it feels like the right number. Snapfire Ice is not bugged anymore, to my knowledge. Just got counters, so that's taking advantage. Yeah, if they counter your companion, like you're up a card that way. Burst Lightning. Weird. I'd like to find a land. Graveyard that. Opt, Counterspell, Snapcaster. Okay, I'm gonna take that Snapcaster. Playing against Blue Moon again. Everybody always wants me to play Sultai decks, but nobody ever wants to tell me that, Spike, I have a good Sultai deck. I have a good Sultai list that I could show you. Or maybe that's not true. Maybe people do. But at the very least, like, I don't think there's a good way to build Sultai. But people want there to be. But I don't think there is at the moment. What'd you define as good Sultai deck so I could build it? Discard a Cryptic? Why? Why would you discard Cryptic there? You're about to have it up. Their hand is Counterspell. Oh, they're a thing in the ice dress down. Very cool. Okay, so I can't play anything into the Counterspell. Probably dead. I guess I should have put Lurrus in my hand last turn. I mean, if they flip the thing in the ice and I resolve Lurrus somehow, I get to just, like, I can replay Chump Blockers for the thing in the ice. So they get to flip their thing in the ice, bounce the Channeler. They still have that Counterspell in their hand, which is not great for me. Plus 3 other cards. One of them is another copy of Thing in the Ice. So I can go... I think I'll go kick Tourach Channeler. I guess I should play the Channeler first, but like, what are the odds they counter this? I can also go... Maybe I can also go Kolaghan's Command, return Ragavan, make them discard. I get a Surveil this way, and it's also, like, kind of another card that they'll want to counter, but it's, like, a little maybe less high priority than Tourach. So we're looking for Terminate, mostly. They might just let this go as well. Like, the Ragavan doesn't, like, really do that much. So I'm going to Chump Block this turn, because I can't next turn because it has to attack. Never mind. Yeah, we just need them to have 2 lands, I guess. And then we can go, you know, Lurrus, replay Channeler, and get a Chump Blocker. Not better to do in the upkeep. No, we wouldn't do it main phase so we can actually cast the Ragavan this turn. Alright. So I'm going to bring in the Unearths. 3rd Terminate. Probably something close to this. Let's do this. I suppose this kills Thing, but he doesn't. Well, he kills Thing before it flips. He can also kill Planeswalkers, which is nice. Can also kill Snapcasters. Explosives is, you know, 4 mana to kill Thing in the ice. You already have Terminate to 2 mana kill Thing. I wonder why the Burst Lightning. Yeah, I also wonder why the Burst Lightning. I feel like I would play Unholy Heat because you have you have Dress Down like as an enchantment to go to the graveyard, so Delirium feels like not that hard to get. Maybe. I rinse most of my cards whiskey. I think that's the best way to engage with Magic Online. What's the deck with the most trophy rate? It's either the highest rate is either this or Jeskai Lotus Field. Jeskai Lotus Field's very good. I was counting this morning. I think I have 22 trophies right now with 12 different decks. I don't know if I could necessarily list all of them off the top of my head. Hand's really good if it draws a land or if Ragavan connects. I'll keep. Yeah, that is true. Like, yeah, we definitely have a higher win rate with Lotus Field, but the leagues take a long time compared to this. Yeah, we've also played a lot less matches and still trophied 3 times with that. Was the last time I played blue-white control? Jeskai Lotus Field is a blue-white control deck. I've been playing a lot of it lately. Rakdos, 7 months, appreciate you. It's the same archetype. Just have to graveyard that. Okay, Burst Lightning on top. They didn't play a red source on turn 1 though. They put the Burst Lightning on the bottom, so they must not have red mana. How big a nerf would it be versus Saga? Could it make 2 tokens? I mean, it would be a huge nerf. Interesting. It would be a gigantic nerf. Let's not get it twisted, but that also is maybe like how it should have been written, though. I guess I'll attack first. We can't really hit Delirium off the Inquisition or anything. Good draw to Urborg, though. Counterspell, Entrancing Melody. Anger of the Gods, Archmage's Charm. Well, I guess I'll just take the instant speed Entrancing Melody. They're really far from Anger and before Cascade Bluffs off the top, I guess. Excuse me. Get some water. Have I had any contact with tutors about the race? Yeah, we chat sometimes. I've raided tutors like a dozen times, or not a dozen, like probably like 6 or 7 times this season, something like that. Tutors is a nice guy, from what I can tell. I have a really positive impression of him. Hit my opponent for 8. They just concede because Ragavan has Death Touch. I think Toolstorm is better than Giftstorm. I do, yeah. I need to get some water. I'll be right back. Alright, on the draw for game 3. Another 1-lander. Pretty good hand here, huh? Be really happy if this Ragavan doesn't die. I think it's probably going to. Let's see. Awesome. Main phase Spreading Seas. Okay. Well, I'll happily take this exchange every time if it means that my Ragavan lives. Okay, I think I'm just down to cast the 2/1 here. This means I can keep my I could use the treasure to cast the Voidwalker, but then I can't Tourach next turn. Trade ban control this Friday. I dropped the 4th growth. You cannot cut the 4th growth. Added the Stoneforge package, trade around a few things. Did good, yeah. Yeah, I really highly cautioned you against playing the 4th, cutting the 4th growth, but I'm happy that you're having a good time with the deck, and I like to play Stoneforge Mystic too. I also, again, I would really caution you against cutting that growth though. Okay, I think I'm just gonna kick the Tourach. Probably gets a counterspell. Should you play like a red-blue mana disruption deck with Seas and Moon? Seas and Moon can be kind of a nombo against blue decks. You usually want to play one or the other, not both. Thank you, Sea Dog. Yeah, that's the other thing. That's the rough thing about tutors too. Is like tutors plays like really all hours of the day and like very regularly grinds in the middle of the night too. And like I just never know. Like I could like very easily just wake up to 2 trophies that he gets in the middle of the night. Should have bounced the snap. Yeah, that would have been pretty cool. Snapcaster. Target counterspell. Counterspell with Thoughtseize. Yeah, I would say 2. I think that me and tutors probably have around the same number of attempts. Alright, they've got 2 cards left in their hand. Do I play MTG and paper? I mean, I spent like, 4 or 5 years as a tournament paper grinder, yeah, but there's not a lot of paper tournaments these days. Okay, 2 cards left in their hand. You just play Ragavan, Bloodbraid Elf, only got 2 Ragavan. I mean that would be a fine like substitution. I think that I would much rather play the 4 Ragavan in that Jund deck. I do want to play that list again. It was pretty fun. My three favorite movies. My favorite movie is Howl's Moving Castle. I have a lot of other movies I really like, but I'm not sure if necessarily what the next 2 are. How did poker go in Vegas? Down like $400. This is my first time ever playing at a casino. I think I'll upkeep cast this command. What? I clicked on, I missed the upkeep stop timing. Kind of frustrating. Toby, thank you for 5 months. Appreciate you. If you don't have, if you would replace Ribbon 6, I would probably play a Birds of Paradise and an Unearth. I've actually been cutting the second Ribbon 6 lately in Jund Sack, so like I have been replacing it. Favorite live action movie? I don't know. Well, there's a lot I like. Maybe Kill Bill Part 1. I love Kill Bill Part 1. Oh, oh, sorry, I messed up on the escape. Hey, Miss, how's it going? Sorry, I thought that I left an instant in the yard. Just 1 card away from getting Delirium again, though. Couldn't we just in there? I mean, that's worse against removal. Both lines are fine. Like, we also just kind of have like some degree of inevitability with the den. Guess I'll activate it this turn. If they kill the den, my channeler gets Delirium. Thoughts on trying that Slogurk Seismic deck? I'm not that interested in it, to be honest. They could have stolen that, right? They must have Delirium. Creature, instant land. Oh, no sorcery or enchantment. Opponent hits us with the GG. Long match. I don't really like this hand, but I'm going to keep. I'm going to string over the holidays. I'm probably going to take Christmas Day off. Yikes. So they got a Fiddlebender and a Portable Hole over there. I think I just take the Fiddlebender. The Thopter Foundry is good against my Ragavan, but I do get to hit them with the Ragavan. Yeah, let's enter tutors in some sweepstakes, huh? Be great to hit like Portable Hole here. Garbage Engineer. I would have actually cast the Garbage Engineer if I had the opportunity to. Good at Bauble in the yard is kind of funny. Yeah, I also might take Christmas Eve off. I would prefer not to, but we'll see. I know I'm at least gonna play on Christmas Eve, but I just might take the day off from streaming. Just play some off stream. Or like do a short stream in the morning or something. We'll see. Wait, Tutors is... I don't understand how Tutors does it, though. Tutors, like, really does play all hours of the day. Some serious dedication. Because he got his last trophy at... Oh, it was 10:30 p.m. Sorry, I thought it was later than that. Okay. Sometimes it's like 2 or 3 a.m. and then he's just up, like, also playing when I play. I don't know when he sleeps. Just doesn't, I guess. Okay, so their hand is Cavern of Souls, Portable Hold, and 2 mystery cards. We draw Tourach here. Think about Darcy as a sideboard card against control. I don't know. It's kind of slow. It's good against like it's okay. It's good against the 4-color. Oh, they drew Urza. It's pretty good for them. It's good against some of the decks in the format. Not a card that I'm like super duper high on or anything though. Let's go to Engineer Portable Hole. At least we didn't die to the combo next turn. We can go Lurrus Bauble next turn. We definitely need them to flood out a little bit. Okay, I don't know if I'd necessarily call that flooding out. Okay, thankfully they didn't equip here. And thankfully we drew Kolaghan's command. So I guess I attack. Okay, let's just take this trade. And then go Lurrus in the hand. And then draw step. Kill the Construct, make them discard. Could be better to kill the Nettle Cyst. I think I'll go for the Construct. Also, like, you know, if they ever find a Goblin Engineer or Thopter Foundry, we just die. They found a Saga, which is pretty good. They discard Portable Hole for turn. Play Saga. Equip. Attack me for 5, but then they get hit by Ragavan. This is also now Unholy Heatable, which is immediately relevant, unfortunately. Okay, this is fine. Yeah, I'm even like really happy. I think that they did that. I'm just gonna Bauble here. I can Ragavan next turn if I want. Looking for another Terminate, another Unholy Heat maybe. Just 1 point away from killing this. Channeler. Channeler is, I think, worth drawing. I get actually like a really good amount of selection with the Bauble, the Heat. Main phase, make a token. Then they play a second copy of Thopter Foundry. I'm trying to think what they can get Needle for my Bauble. That would be kind of bad. Okay, I'm gonna go. I think I'll get Mountain first. Mountain. Then Heat the Construct, and I can see what's on top and see if I want to Bauble or if I just want to dash Ragavan. If I dash Ragavan, they might sack a Thopter Foundry to block it. Which I think I'm happy with if they do that. Maybe it's just better to Bauble, though. I could try to find something. Okay, I'll do that. I don't know. I feel like the Ragavan... Like, this being able to maybe find me Kolaghan's Commander Terminate is just, like, a really big deal. We have another Urza on top. Yeah, they already got the Shadow Spear. Thankfully for us. We can also play Saga of the Voidwalker. Not super likely we take that line, I guess. Okay. So if they don't cast the Urza this turn, our Kroxa gives us an Urza off the Voidwalker, which is... not that helpful, I guess. Full auto, thank you for the 6 months, appreciate ya. They get a Lantern. Target the Bauble, and then I imagine they just immediately sack. I can sack after I attack, but then I can also... I can, like, kick Tourach from the graveyard, discard their Urza, but they could play the Urza from their hand to make that not that scary. Yeah, it is true that they can't combo while the Voidwalker's in play. I'm just taking 6. But, I mean, I might just be, like, kind of, like... I don't feel super able to play around the combo or anything. Okay, they play the other Urza. Okay, but this still lets me Urza off the Voidwalker, because the Legend Pool, of course. Not sure exactly how good that is. Probably not all that good. Okay, so I'm going to go cast Kroxa. And then they kind of have to sack their Lantern in response. And then I get to put them to 11. And then I get to Voidwalker their Urza and replay Voidwalker off Luris. And I can also spin if I want, right? 5. Yeah, I can also spin. It does mean I have to tap the construct, though. Can I afford to do that? I'm not sure that I can. I think I can, actually. I can chip block with the Urza and the Channeler. I guess if they equip here, it's kind of bad. Yeah, I could just try to spin at instant speed, I guess. Pretty good turn, at the very least. I'm not sure if it's good enough. They kill me with Thopter here? If I will. Yeah. Oh, yeah, they didn't make... they could have made a Thopter and equipped. Yeah, that would have been pretty deadly. They drew a Fiddlebender, which is really scary, but... Okay, I think I can't afford to spin in response. So go chomp, spin. If I hit a instant speed removal spell here, I'm feeling pretty good. Okay. That lets me kill the Fiddlebender at least. Something. Not a Kolaghan's Command, good level good, but a start perhaps. Graveyard that. I can attack for 11 here too, right? Yeah, wait, yeah, I can actually go attack them with Din, play Kroxa, kill them. But they can sack the Thopter Foundry for a blocker. They can actually make 2 blockers here. So if I attack with fire up with the Din, attack them for 10, they chump probably just one. Only one blocker. They have 2 mana. They can sack. They can make 2 Thopters to block. And then I go up to 7 life. I can make 1 blocker. The constructs will be 4 4s, but like more realistically 5 5s. And then the 1 blocker is not enough. Yeah, I think I have to take the Urza line again. But do I also attack with the... I think I also attack with the Luris and the Din, right? Kind of think they might block here, too. Because they see I could deal them 3 damage off the Kroxa. Okay, they don't block. I was hoping that they would. And I got the spin. Although it might be better to forgo the spin just to play another blocker here. They sack a Thopter. They can equip the Nettle Cyst onto the Thopter. They'll have be a 5/5 in the air. No, it's not. No, the Thopter doesn't kill me. The Thopter deals me. They have to draw an artifact for the Thopter to kill me. Cast Voidwalker again. Yeah, I guess so. Just because we have two blockers for their ground creatures, so the Channeler like not flying doesn't matter that much. Voidwalker might just like attack and kill them. And they missed the Thopter line again, which is great for us. Which now means they need to find 2 artifacts here somehow, which I don't think they can do. Crazy match so far. Looks like a spin. They did hit 1 artifact, but this they can put me to 1 here. How does artifact plus Thopter kill? So end of turn they make a Thopter, and then they can equip the Nettle Cyst onto the Thopter. But that's only 6 damage. And I can't block the Thopter because it's flying, but it's only 6 damage, so they would need to draw 1 more artifact for turn to kill me, which is likely for sure. yeah, Blood Fountain would get me, huh? So they need a 1 mana artifact in their as their 1 card in hand to kill me. I guess any other way to make mana than to tap a construct. What decks I've been having the best luck with? For me, it's mostly been Red, Black, and Jeskai Lotus Field. I did also trophy with Jeskai Phoenix last night. I'll probably play a league of that today. I think I'm gonna play Ashiok in my sideboard too. Where like Titan is the worst matchup, but Ashiok is like a good sideboard card against them. But it's also graveyard hate, and it also can fill up your own graveyard. So I might be playing an Ashiok Ashioks in the sideboard over the Alpine Moons that were in my list last night. We'll see. Isn't my opponent just like super dead? They can make 1 blocker. Is an Ashiok a high mana curve for the deck? It is, yeah, but it's still like a really powerful sideboard card. It's just in the sideboard, not in the main deck. Play Thoughtseize. I think I'm gonna cast the Kroxa. Just see what that card is. I think they're super dead though. It was a Goblin Engineer. Yeah, so they can block 1 of my 3/2s, but then they take and they gain 1, but they die. We won. Awesome. What a great match. We could have also, I guess, post-combat Thoughtseize plus Kroxa, because that's actually like a guaranteed 3 damage. But I think like seeing if their last card is like a dispatch or something that saves them is pretty nice. These are the cards I'm interested in. I feel like Terminate's kind of slow. Tourach being pro-white is relevant. I think I want to trim. I think I want to trim Kroxa too. Might trim the 3rd Inquisition. 2 Voidwalkers feels like a good number in this matchup. 2 Tourach, 1 Kroxa, 4 Heat, 2 Bolt. I wouldn't be playing this mini Bolt, but they are playing Fiddlebender, so I really want to be able to kill that. And this can kill. I have 4 ways to kill an Urza. Bloodwalker seems nuts. Yeah, maybe I'm undervaluing it in this matchup. We could pretty easily cut the 4th Bauble for Voidwalker because we have all these other artifacts. For a 3rd Voidwalker, rather. Can maybe trim a Ragavan on the draw. Kind of don't hate that. Pyrite Spellbomb. I don't anticipate them having Sanctifier. If they do, we do have some Engineered Explosives. But if they do have Sanctifier, then I'll eat my words. But double white seems like kind of tough for them to do. Alright, good ham. Yeah, that was a really, really difficult game to navigate. Oh, man. Wasn't creating a Thopter during combat lethal for opportunity. Yeah, for our opponent missed. Our opponent could have won that match, yeah. Or won that game. But they missed it. Turn 1 relic, okay. Thopter Foundry, Urza Saga, Lightning Greaves, Chromatic Star. Take the Greaves. Alpine Moon off the top. Explosive's also pretty good. So they decided to play the Thopter Foundry on turn 2 instead of a Saga, which maybe gives me time to find Moon. Can Thoughtseize, their hand is currently Star, Saga, Saga. So I'll just go ahead and Thoughtseize the Star, play it in. And then we can bolt 1 construct into turn. I should have exiled the Mire. It doesn't matter that much. We can bolt 1 of the constructs into turn because it'll only be a 3/3. And then we can also now Alpine Moon. Maybe a turn late, but we'll take it. Oh, they didn't make a token in response. Well, kind of free for the bean, huh? Oh, it's only on 1 counter. Sorry, that's right. I was thinking that they were like gonna play it last turn. Yeah, of course, it's only on 1. Sorry. They have a Prismatic Ending. Still a good 2 for 1 for us, at least. Sorry, I don't, because it's like they played. This whole game I've been operating under the assumption that they were gonna play Saga on 2, and then they played the Thopter Foundry, and yeah, of course though. So we get their last card out of their hand. Don't know if we're gonna lose to the Saga. We'll see. Tapped Triome. Okay, now they can make the token in response. 2 Alpine Moons in the deck. Oh, whoops. Wrong removal spell. Won $200 in a weekly event going 4-0 Jessica Lotusfield. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, I love that deck. Love that deck. Yeah, I also feel like they should have cycled this like 2 turns ago, but nobody's ever cycled a relic in the history of Magic. It's an illegal play. Drew an island for turn. I am Volperts. Thank you for your subscription. Appreciate you. 8 months is a long time. Yeah, that seems like a really good tournament. $200 for 4-0. I don't know, like, exactly what the structure is there. Or, like, what the, like, entry for something like that is. Yeah, like, I really feel like my opponent needs to cycle Relic here. They probably should have cycled main phase. Just, like, they need something to do with their mana this turn. Entry fee was $250. I guess the EV is a little less good there, huh? Den of the Bugbear is a great card. There is a cyber guide for this deck on CFB Pro. It's a couple cards different, but it's very similar. I'd say that it would be still good to read. It hasn't like changed enough for me to update it there either. $20 buy-in, 200 for 4-0, 50 for 3-0. That's nuts. Yeah, I remember the Pioneer Oops All Spells decks getting really weird. Okay, my opponent did not reveal a companion, so it is possible this very red removal heavy hand is not going to be good, but I still think you have to keep. And they mulled a 5, which, I mean, obviously, like, they could still be a deck that this is... Oh, they mulled a 5 and they're playing Murktide? I guess it could still be Storm, but... Okay, that's, like, exactly what we wanted to see. I think they put 1 on bottom, 1 on top. Okay, I'll play a Channeler on turn 1. They mulled a 5, so if they end up killing the Channeler, I'm really like not that worried about it. And then it's possible that we want to Thoughtseize the card they kept on top. Why no DRC in the Phoenix deck? 8 threats is enough. DRC also is like almost never delirious, and dodging Prismatic Ending is super important. Like, that's a huge strength to the Phoenix deck, is like Prismatic Ending sucks against you. And so like turning on Prismatic Ending is kind of like not that good. Also, like the list is like pretty tight. It's not like you have a ton of room either. But that is the downside to... Okay, they put 2 cards on top, so I guess I should dash Ragavan. That is the downside to the Phoenix deck, is that we have to answer the same 2 questions over and over again. Oh, it is Storm. Okay. Probably still fine matchup, though. I can keep a Voidwalker. I guess I take a Desperate Ritual here. Is your blue-black Lure Stress Down control deck still a good budget option? I would say so, yeah. I even like trophied recently with a non-budget version, so I would, you know, I would assume that it's like the budget version is still like a good entry to the format. Yeah. I should have maybe been a bit more enthusiastic about the Voidwalker, huh? Yeah, I want to keep up a removal spell for the creatures here. Yeah, I think we've actually only played against blue decks today, which is kind of weird. Maybe not that weird. Murktide over Dimlich and Phoenix. See, that is one of the questions we have to answer every single time we play Phoenix. Your Twitter account has the A capitalized Spiring Spike. Yeah, that's... I do capitalize the A. I guess maybe it's not on Twitter or on Twitch, but I like to capitalize the A. But yeah, that's one of like the same 3 questions we get over and over when we play Murktide, or when we play Phoenix. It's like, you want to play Murktide, you want to play Otherworldly Gaze, you want to play Dragon Rage's Channeler. Nobody ever suggests what to cut for these cards. And then people also say, is Demilich actually good? Let's cut Demilich. But I am actually of the opinion that Demilich is better than Arc-like Phoenix. It was like all league yesterday, Demilich was just carrying the category. Play 1 Terminate. I don't take naps, gifting a sub. Thank you. BL4 with the 8 months. Appreciate you. Excited to play Jessica Lowe's for this weekend in FNM. Badass. Paying forward the gifted sub. Love to see that. Yeah. Demilich is better than Phoenix, but people people hate Demilich so much, and I just like I have to spend the entire stream defending Demilich, and which is why I like to play it off stream. I think I'll keep this, put back the heat. Yeah, what I really dislike about Otherworldly Gaze, you hated salvaging the rebound. Salvaging is better than mending. Also, salvaging is a better discard outlet than mending. The rebound being 0 mana is nuts. It's like every time you get to start a turn with the mending, it's like just is the best. Okay, probably gonna hold the baubles for next turn. Take Baral. But also, what I really dislike about Otherworldly Gaze is, like, while it is a fine spell game 1, I hate having a card filtering spell that's bad against Graveyard Hate. That is, I think, really, really bad for the deck to have a card filtering spell that is bad against Graveyard Hate. I think I want to keep that Thoughtseize. Ooh, that's kind of a scary one. Take a Manamorphose. But also, like, these again, I just have to answer these questions 1,000 times, and I'm pretty over it. So the hand is gifts, ritual, and they put Wish and Solindy Vision in their hand. And the next turn they're drawing Serum Vision, so I can take the land if I want. Delirium here is kind of nice. Yeah, I think I just take the land. I could play E on 2 here. Kind of don't mind that. Can you or Bob make? Yeah, yeah. It might be good to just like put. We have commands for each of these, but it might just be good to get all of those things put into one command that we can just spam, so I can actually play Phoenix on stream. Because chat gets weird when I play Phoenix. Chat gets really weird when I play Phoenix. They get very bossy and opinionated, more so than like any other deck. All right, Kroxa in the yard. I gotta take the ritual here. Yeah, I know it's like a lot of people's pet deck. I know it's a lot of people's pet deck. I get why I get why people get weird, but I'm over it. Okay, I think I'll play Tourach, so if I draw a land for Kroxa, I can present lethal next turn. Wait, why would you ban Amorphos here? I think I would have held that for sure. Can I make the revealed zone slightly bigger? It doesn't. No, I actually can't. I guess I could pop it out. I think that takes up too much room. Yeah, Phoenix is one of my favorite decks to play. Of course, it's a really fun deck to play, right? And it is like not a tier 1 deck, but it is sometimes well positioned. I think it's okay positioned at the moment. But yeah, chat gets really weird when I play Phoenix. What was the thought process between Cone Wildfire for Fire Ice and Lotus Field? I didn't feel like I'm just gonna bin the rituals here pretty easily. I wasn't like loving the wildfires too much. Like there's not like a ton of Tron. The Tron matchup's kind of good anyways, even without the wildfires. And then the Fire Ice is just like always being like able to cycle, being able to be cheap interaction to buy you time to get to the mid to late game. Has felt pretty good. You could also play something else in that spot. It's not like necessarily mandatory. Yeah, emote only during Phoenix. So there's currently Gifts and Given, Wish, Past in Flames. Nope. What am I missing? Where did the second Gifts go? Where did the Wish go? Oh, they just had an extra card. Okay, that's what it was. I don't know why I thought this was 4 cards. So if I can surveil into an untapped land, a Kroxa, a Lightning Bolt, or a Ragavan, I win. I said out Kolaghan's commander, but that would be lethal too. Okay, that's yeah, this is gonna be my 10th card in the graveyard, so pretty fast math. You have 10 cards in your graveyard, including Kroxa. You can escape and keep Delirium. In theory, sometimes you mess it up though. Okay, and then they concede, despite not necessarily knowing that they were dead. If I were them, but it's it's their league; they can do what they want. I'm gonna keep this. Need a filter land for the Tourach, maybe. We have 4 in the deck. My opponent's 4-0. They mulled a 6. Yeah, Demonic Tutors is killing it. I don't interpret that as shitting on me at all. Tutors is objectively killing it. He's doing great. I have caught up with him a few times, but I haven't actually like passed him yet. But I've caught up with him a few times. I also took the whole weekend off, or I took Friday, Saturday, and Sunday morning off. So I feel pretty good being only 2 trophies behind after taking another weekend off, and I think this is gonna be hopefully my last weekend. No, it's not gonna be. I don't know. I just got so many freaking real life commitments, man. No, is this Dredge the killer of dreams? Seems to be. With the turn 1 Dark Blast. I think I cast the Tourach and just make them Dark Blast it, and this stops them from like playing a 2-mana discard spell this turn potentially. Maybe gives me a time to draw a Voidwalker. They hit a Stinkweed Imp in the graveyard. Why did this discard? I think I could Flaggerate. Wow, like just Entomb 3. They might not have a second land. They're like being real weird. Yeah, they just took a draw. They don't have a second land. They don't have a second land. Let's go. Okay, so now I get to go Thoughtseize, get the Tourach out of range here. Okay, and then like I don't love letting him discard the Amalgam, but I think it's probably worth it so that I can grow the Tourach again. Well, keeping a 1-land Otherworldly Gaze, hand, and Dredge I think is fine. They also had already milled to 5. Wait, they discarded Imp and not Amalgam when they already have a Imp in the yard? I feel like that's weird. Maybe it's fine. I think they just have to start dredging also, which means that they can never like get their 2-mana stuff going, which is good for me. Yeah, we might actually just steal this game. I mean, getting this to 5 is pretty nice. I could maybe have dealt 2 damage to them and then heated the Amoeba, but then if they hit another Amoeba, it's like I really want to save this. I don't have enough cards in my graveyard to escape Kroxa. They hit a Creeping Chill here. No Silver Smoke Ghoul, though, to bring back. Could have maybe have heated just for a card in the yard. That would have actually paid off here. Drawing Otherworldly Gaze. Assuming they don't dredge, but they'll probably dredge. Okay, they hit another Amoeba, and wait, they didn't discard the Amalgam to the Kolaghan's command either. They just like I think that was a really big pump by them. So they're dead to a land for heat. Oh. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna cast that, huh? Second Tourach is triple black. I don't have triple black here. That would have been lethal, yeah. I would have if I had the triple black. Winning game 1 is huge because like I feel like you're like pretty likely to get a sideboard game. I feel like their keep was fine. It was a 5-card hand with Otherworldly Gaze and a Thrilling Discovery. They had, you know, like on the draw they had 5 looks at a second land. I think it was like totally fine keep. Obviously it didn't work out. Okay, so now they can Conflagrate, but that makes the Tourach gigantic, so it's not good enough. The idea is with some pawns, let's start playing Goyf. It might be good. Goyf is like really good in the metagame, but I will say that Goyf is not usually very good in like the Ponza archetype, you know? So I don't know. It's probably okay. So with these cards, I don't want the Kolaghan's commands. I don't want the Terminates. Maybe I just have to play 1 command. What did I do last time? I think I just played a command to get like Voidwalker back potentially. I think Zerta Dawnbreaker's companion requirement is too much to me for something like Lantern. Yeah, you can't lose Ensnaring Bridge and Lantern. Yeah. Not worth it for Zerta to lose Bridge. It's like, Bridge is just like, it's like the card that makes Lantern work. Okay, we have a Voidwalker, so we can't mulligan, I think. Does it even do anything in Lantern? Yeah, I don't know what it makes your Codex Shredders better. What's mold to 5? Turn 1 discard spell would be so good here. Chalice is actually solid versus Dredge. Not in, you see how many 1-drops I have? I have a billion 1-drops against them. Chalice on 0 doesn't stop Creeping Chill or Amoeba, so I don't know why it would be good. Mill over a Thrilling Discovery, which has got to mean that they're looking for a second land. Okay, they also put a Reunion, a Canal, and a Discovery in the yard, so I have no idea what their hand is. I don't know why you would not want to keep one of these. Or the lands. Chalice on 2, not on 1. Chalice on 2 on turn 4 on the draw. I'm supposed to play a Chalice on 2? What are we talking about? Yeah, I don't know why they didn't take another Reunion or Discovery. I just think that's just wrong, actually. They do find an Ox of Agonis, though, but I can at least Voidwalker to shut off a lot of the Ox value. And double heat the Ox, or just regular heat the Ox or something. And what's also nice is, of course, they dredge 3 times. They do have a Dark Blast, but they can't go upkeep Dark Blast, dredge Dark Blast because of the Voidwalker. But I'll need to keep that Dark Blast in mind if they don't just escape the Ox here. Also good that they boarded in 2 Grudges against us. We'd straight up, like, the only target for that is Mishra's Bauble. Do you think Tarmogoyf would be good in my mono green Eldrazi list? Maybe. It would have to be, it'd be pretty metagame dependent. What's nice is if you play Goyf over Strangleroot Geist is you actually get, hold on. Yeah, if you play Goyf over Strangleroot Geist, you actually get to play Cavern of Souls, potentially. Some number of Caverns. They discard and exile. I think that their plan is to Otherworldly Gaze and dig for another ending, but they already have 2 endings exiled. Johnson, 20 months, appreciate you. Yeah, Tutors never rests. Apparently Tutors is playing right now. Someone said they were playing against him. Can't play Go for Temple. Yeah, but you're like very likely to have some green mana. It's pretty castable. Okay, they exile Conflagrate, they exile Silver Smoke Ghoul, and then they leave a card on top. So we'll see if it's Prismatic Ending. If it is Prismatic Ending, we're in big trouble. Looks like it was Gemstone Mine, so they can cast a Stinkweed Imp. Okay, I would not have left that on top. It's fine, no. Yeah, if they spend their turn this turn killing the Voidwalker, this is gonna be 5, 6, 7, 10 damage exactly. Thoughts on Crypt Chill? Still my least favorite card of Magic. Been running this one Soul Guide in the Cybers list. I found it's decent. Worst case, bad draw. It's in my opinion. I don't know, man. You gotta make a better case for this sideboard card than at worst case it's just a draw one, you know. I do think it's obviously a reasonable sideboard card to play with. I would like it now that I'm playing against Dredge, but you only get 15 sideboard slots. Luis with the Twitch Prime from Luis. Thanks, buddy. I really appreciate it, dude. Glad you've been enjoying the stream. Tutors, as Jogan said, you're not taking this seriously, otherwise we'd be playing 24/7. I really wish I would. I would be playing a lot more, but I had to take the weekend off for like real life commitments to my friends, you know. How long till we're no longer aspiring? Yeah. I usually just joke and say I'm almost there. Oh, let's get that prediction going. I usually joke and say I'm almost there, but I don't know. I think it's always nice to be trying to be a better version of yourself too every single day. It would just be way too cocky to change my name to, you know, Achieved Spy. I think I'm putting back the Voidwalker with the Den of the Bugbear here. Got a pretty good 6-card hand. If this is Jund Saga's our worst matchup. I have beaten it the last 2 times I've played it, though, but Jund Saga's our worst matchup by a decent chunk. Okay, could be the Mirror, could be Saga. No removal spell feels kind of bad here. But I think we have a decent hand in the Mirror. They also didn't have a removal spell for Ragavan on turn 1. Usually you would play removal spell for Ragavan over casting Channeler. Yeah, I've seen that happen too, Mana Symbol, where one player times out and does lethal damage in the same like moment, and it's a draw. Yeah, I have seen the LSV MTGO Oblivion Ring. I've been around long enough to see the YouTube video. Deck tech for white-green Eldrazi. Got a little bit of time here. I unironically do think Matter Shaper is really, really strong. I would be playing the full 4 copies here. I also would be playing Maul of the Skyclaves over Sword of Fire Ice, probably. Playing Saga is kind of interesting. Seems fine. Yeah, I think I don't really like these cards so much. They seem like really mana intensive to me and not that well positioned. And like Karn and like the green based Eldrazi decks are always really odd to me, since it's like you're a creature based aggro deck and then you have these Karns, which are like kind of, you couldn't be further away from a creature based aggro card with Karn, you know? So yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Karn in this archetype. I think I'd be like, just cut those for the Matter Reshapers, maybe. Don't know that I love the main deck paths, but you can obviously play them, they're fine. Might be a good turn to put Lurrus in my hand. Since they don't have Terminate, they don't have Bolt, they could have Kolaghan's Command, so next turn, if I have Lurrus in my hand here, this puts a lot of pressure on them to, like, Kolaghan's Command kill Ragavan, but then I get to go, like, I guess they'll probably return Channeler, not make me discard, but then I get to go, like, Lurrus into Ragavan and keep that pressure going. Instead, they cast a Tourach, and then they cast a discard spell. Okay, Lurrus in hand didn't play very well around that, I suppose, but it's fine. So get them down to 2 cards in their hand, and I'll go just Bauble, Mire, not crack the Bauble yet. Can escape the Kroxa next turn. Kroxa is definitely best card in this matchup. Yeah, so I think I would just not play the Karns, and then obviously that opens up your sideboard a lot. And I don't know if I can just build you an entire sideboard right now while I'm playing for 5-0. But I'd be doing something like 3 Rest in Peace, Needle in the sideboard for, Needles, like, you know, you definitely want, Needle for your temples, and it's also nice you could find them off Stirrings. Like, you might play 2 Needles, because you could, like, dig for them with Stirrings too, if you feel like Belcher is big and popular. Grafdigger's Cage is something I like against the Yawgmoth deck. You obviously have, like, no shortage of options there. Yeah, I know that the 4-0 deck tech is cursed, but I don't like having any decisions to make at the moment, so I'm being very intentional about not making decisions while talking about the deck. Okay, I'll shuffle away second Kroxa here. No, Mana Symbol. Mr. Pope, 9 months, appreciate you. Do you think Eldrazi Displacer plus Solitude is worth exploring? Displacer is a card I don't think is very good at Modern at the moment. You probably also don't have the number of white cards for Solitude in an Eldrazi deck. Okay, so Shinka gives me an attack here with the Ragavan. They have a stop on my upkeep, so it looks like they have Kolaghan's Command, though. Not the end of the world to lose this. You're good, Rob. It's just last time it happened, it was my fault. I wasn't paying enough attention and made a mistake. Should you play Snap in Grixis Shadow? I would say no. It's like usually you play Shadows with no snaps, or you just play Grixis without. You play Grixis without Shadows, then you write like a long essay on why Death Shadow is secretly bad, and it's really just not true. But that is a very necessary step. Can you escape in Shinka? I could, but they're gonna discard my Shinka here, and then I assume also kill Ragavan, but they could also get back to Channeler, I suppose. Please no ghost accusations. Like, it does happen that we get ghosted sometimes, but we can never know for sure, and we don't want any witch hunts here. Okay, so they don't have Delirium for Unholy Heat, which is nice. Okay, so I'm going to leave Lurrus, Bauble, lands. Oh, I don't have Delirium. I just have Creature, Artifact. Okay, so I guess I'll leave Ragavan too. I think you have a slightly unfavorable matchup against Grixis Shadow, but it's really close. It's not like a very drastic thing at all. Do you mention a cool Jeskai Breach deck with Teferi? Do you think that's a good way to protect combo from Solitude? I dislike Jeskai Breach in general. I've never really liked it that much just because it's a slow combo deck that's vulnerable to artifact hate, graveyard hate, creature removal spells, discard spells, counter spells. It's just vulnerable to like every piece of interaction ever. And yes, you get to play some grindy cards, but you're like a worse grindy deck and you're a fragile combo deck, and I usually just find it to be not great. So I could fire up the Den here. I guess that's fine. If they drew a removal spell for the Den, it is what it is. Notably, I don't have Delirium to heat the Tourach. But they also take, they take 3 off the Kroxa if they kill the Den. Also, if they block the Goblin token, I do get to heat the Tourach, which is kind of cool. Okay, they did draw a heat. But now they take 9. I don't know why they took so long in the decision. I guess they're just really trying to... Oh, yeah. Maybe they're trying to figure out if there's a way for them to get Delirium somehow. So if they draw a land for turn, they can put Lurrus in their hand to not just be dead to the Kroxa activation. Or so, not activation, sorry, trigger. I guess they could chump block, though. I guess they could still chump block to just try to be on the Kroxa, which is maybe the way to go. Alright, still no Delirium. I do get Delirium after I use the heat. Why didn't they cast Lurrus Luster? They hadn't put it in their hand yet. They are chump blocking. Okay, so I'll hold this in case they draw Kolaghan's commander. Kroxa to make me discard. Have you considered Dreadbore? I think it's Dreadbore. I can't tell what's a meme and what's not anymore, but I think you should not play Dreadbore in the deck. The instant speed on Terminate is very relevant against Hammer Time. It's very relevant against Murktide Regent. It's very relevant against Primeval Titan. And you also already have 4 Unholy Heat to deal with Planeswalkers. Alright, so Thoughtseize there makes them jump block with the Channeler. We should be winning game 1 here. Yeah, I know it's a meme, but I also can't differentiate between like the memes and the genuine suggestions anymore. It's all blending together way too much. Okay, so Dashing Ragavan, they need to find Terminate. I don't know. Even if they Terminate, they get to escape Kroxa, make them discard Ragavan. They missed, and we win. Okay. And, I don't know if they're playing exactly my list at the moment, but I will say, like, if you don't have the Unearths in your sideboard, you're, like, really unfavored in the mirror. And so we do have the Unearths today. So usually I cut the 4 Thoughtseizes, I leave in 3 Inquisitions, and then I kind of waffle back and forth on 3rd Terminate versus 3rd Tourach. And I think on the draw, I play 3rd Terminate. On the play, I play 3rd Tourach. Let me use the restroom too. One more. All right. Hello, says opponent. Very good hand. Opponent also kept 7. Voidwalker on 2. It's a pretty good draw. Maybe not as good as another removal spell, but we'll definitely take it. I think your old blue-black Lurrus control deck could be good in mod right now. I did trophy with it somewhat recently. Alright, so they get my Tourach. Oh, they take the Kroxa so it gets exiled. Oh, they just take both. Okay, sure. Fair enough. Alright, I need to draw a removal spell for the Voidwalker at some point. They cannot kick Voidwalker off Tourach. When you Voidwalker, you always have to spend no mana on it. Yeah, and they have something else, I think. I don't think that they're thinking about, like, using the Voidwalker here. Very good hand for them. Can you tell me what Crackdown Constantly does to Oswald besides being a beefy 4-man target? It's an infinite combo with Lightning Greaves. That was a very good turn for them. Okay, we did immediately draw the Terminate. I'll cast it now because it's possible for them to cast a spell of Voidwalker next turn. I guess that's not super relevant. I mean, I'm gonna kill the Voidwalker anyways. Pretty priced into it. I could also have maybe not attacked to play around Ragavan Dash. My opponent goes Lurrus in hand. I would definitely say that we're behind here. Tourach off the top would be game winning, but I did side one out. They have a Ragavan in the yard, so I guess I'll leave the Channeler back to block. But they probably just go Lurrus Voidwalker next turn. They have to top deck pretty well, or win game 3. That's a start for sure. Keep that. So I can play Lurrus to play around discard spells, or I can wait to terminate the Voidwalker first. I kind of think they're more likely. They've already used 2 Inquisitions. You usually trim on Inquisitions post board. I think it's good to wait. Why not attack so they can't block it? I'm saving this to be able to block a Ragavan. I'm on the defense here. I'm not like really racing very well. And if they like have a top deck Ragavan, it just destroys me. Especially with the Terminate on top. Don't you show on Thoughtseizes? Yeah, I cut all the Thoughtseizes, so that's why I'm saying I'd rather play around a no discard spell than no removal spell. By holding the Lurrus here, especially because they've already cast 2 Inquisitions. They can not kick Tourach off Voidwalker. It has to enter as a 2/1. Don't they have Kroxa discard my Lurrus? If they cast Kroxa, it goes to my graveyard and they lose their Voidwalker. If they cast Kroxa, it's really good for me. They just put a Kroxa in my yard and they lose their Voidwalker. Is that what they're doing? I don't know what they chose. It doesn't tell me what they chose. Wait, they spent 2 mana on this? Why did they tap 2 mana? Why did 2 mana get tapped? I'm confused. You can kick it? Oh, I thought for sure I told you guys 1,000 times you couldn't kick it. I apologize for that. I really thought you couldn't. Alright, I guess we'll just terminate main phase on this. Graveyard Kroxa is really freaking good. Yeah, sorry, I thought that you couldn't do additional costly kicker off Voidwalker. It's kind of weird. Learn something new. A bad time to learn it. We need them to brick, but we're doing okay. Can escape Kroxa next turn. Start to pull ahead in the race. They did brick. They drew a land for turn. Let's freaking go. Best draw is probably a 1-mana red removal spell. But, I mean, I'll definitely take second Channeler. Yeah, our top decks are really good this game. Oh, sorry. I totally missed them in chat saying if they could ask a question. They were looking it up. Yeah, I didn't ignore it. I just totally didn't see that comment. The chat's over here. The in-game chat's over here. But we got Trophy 23. Very exciting. Definitely good to keep that momentum going. I'm going to play at least one more with Red Black. I also trophied with Jeskai Phoenix yesterday, so I probably want to try that at least a little bit. Ooh, nice counter spell. Also, shout out to the believers. One more, we're caught up with trophies, or tutors, huh? For like, you know, maybe a moment.